Domination.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. During that weird period where you feel like you shouldn't have to work and yet you have to because it's not quite another holiday just yet. But I am Kyle. I'm the editorial director for Laughing Place, and joining me this morning is Tony.
Hello. Why isn't New Year's Eve a holiday? New Year's Day.
I don't know which one's the holiday. I don't particularly care for either. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is New Year's Day. But then the weird thing for me was when I did the theater, Christmas Eve, you'd shut down really early, like 8 o'clock. For New Year's Eve, every movie just had to be out by midnight. So you closed a little early, but not as early. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, New Year's Eve coming up.
Yep.
Ready to be annoyed by fireworks and stuff. Hopefully it's not like 4th of July. But anyway, let's say some hellos. We have some hellos, I hope.
We do have some hellos. Fred's welcoming us back and asking us how our weekend was. Mine was all right, Fred. How about yours? Gio, happy Monday, fun day, everybody. Stephen Meyer with a yo. And Joseph Gonzalez with a hey. And then Fred also tells us he saw Zootopia 2 last night. And it's a great movie. It was really good.
I should probably go see that at some point. But now,
see the first one if you haven't.
What?
See the first one if you haven't. I assume you have, but
I've seen it, but it's been a while. So yeah, maybe I need a refresher. That's a good idea. Anyway, let's get started the way we always start. When we last checked on the Disney stock, it was at 114.34. Let's see where it is at now. 114.08, down just a little bit. Who knows why? We'll never know. But let's jump into the main event. Tony, we have breaking news because today we got a brand new poster. That's right. Malcolm in the Middle. Life is unfair. Life is still unfair.
Right. Which you would think they changed the theme song for, but they did not.
I mean, it's not, They Might Be Giants. It sounds like it's another version. It actually sounds like the girl who sings in WandaVision, one of the episodes was like a Malcolm in the Middle parody. And so they did a version of the theme that sounded a lot like what You're Not the Boss of Me, I guess is the name of the song.
It sounds like they could have wound down the life is unfair with like life's still unfair. Like that.
That's true. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And I think you're right. But we got more than that, Tony. Tell us all about it.
We did get a teaser for the new show, and it's pretty much just that. You see that Malcolm has pretty much been avoiding his family for quite some time, but they are all brought together for a wedding anniversary of Lois and Dr. Watley, whose name Hal. Thank you.
Hal. Yes.
And of course, Malcolm in the Middle. There's chaos. There's one shot alone where it looks like Hal is part of some kind of doo-wop band or something that definitely caught my attention. And I was never a huge fan of Malcolm in the Middle, but this might get my attention and make me want to watch it. It has piqued my interest a little bit. So
yeah,
I have Hulu, which is not the original plan. It was set for Disney Plus, but now it is set for Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for April 10th.
Yes, that date is new. We knew it was coming in 2026. We didn't quite know when, but yeah, I've watched Malcolm in the Middle just here and there, never watched it all the way through, but I liked it. I remember I have the season 1 DVD, and then I also there was a soundtrack for season 1, and there was like a Dust Brothers, I guess you'd call it a remix, even though it's not like it was a song, but it was just like an electronical beat, and they had like clips of the show. So that's what I think of every time. It also had the song by OPM, Heaven is a Half Pipe, if you remember that one.
No.
I'll sing it for you later. But that wasn't the only former Fox show that we got.
No, it wasn't. Now, this one has already been available on Hulu to watch, but now it is jumping to a free with ads streaming service known as Pluto TV. You might have heard of it. I know Kyle
non-exclusively, though, right?
Because we both like to watch Wings. What'd you say?
I said non-exclusively, though. Right, like
as far as I can tell, it's still going to be on Hulu also.
Yeah. But yes, I am a big fan of Pluto. I would say that most evenings are spent just putting Pluto on. So I'd already seen The King of Queens all the way through several times. I've now seen it several more, sometimes Frasier, News Radio. All of those are on there. I've seen the first 2 seasons of Man with a Plan. I don't know why they don't have the other 2 on Pluto, but
gotta love those distribution rights. But now the X-Files will be joining their lineup on New Year's Day. They're starting in chronological order, but afterward, on weekends, they'll do curated marathons of this 90s favorite. So if you're ready to revisit that whole series, and maybe catch up with some of its spin-offs and not even spin-offs, but movies and revivals. That's the word I'm looking for, because it did come back at one point also.
yeah, that was going to be my question. I didn't know if this deal included the revival or just.
I don't know about if it includes the revivals, but I know it'll probably make you want to find them. So,
but also with Pluto, while there are channels, and that's usually what I watch, there is on-demand stuff,
and these will also be on demand
ads. Yeah. What did I watch? We watched a movie recently. Oh, Pieces of April. Starring someone that I did not put on. I guess I could just tell you who it is. Patricia Clarkson was born on this day. I did not put her in this day in Disney history, but she was in that movie, and the only place it was streaming was Pluto for free with ads.
My only complaint about movies on Pluto TV with ads is they're so awkwardly cut into it. There's I feel like there's parts in movies, especially where there is definitely like the act break, and it could lend itself very well to a commercial. And nope, it'll be like right in the middle of somebody's sentence. And that's when it happens
on the content.
Okay.
Pieces of April was well done, but yeah, I've seen even TV shows, even on the channel sometimes. I'm like, why did you cut there? There was like one more joke or something until the next scene.
Yeah. There's a documentary called Happy
about
Happy
Pluto
Joy.
And how they insert out.
No, it's called Happy Happy Joy Joy. It's about the Ren and Stimpy show and the creator behind it. It's not the greatest content in terms of what subject matter, but it is a very well done documentary. But the commercials on it are like right in the middle of an important footnote or anecdote that they're talking about with the development and the creator of that show. Chop right in the middle, and here comes a targeted ad for a car dealership in my area.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Fortnite. If you're a fan of Fortnite, Baby Groot is going to be available. It already is available in the item shop through January 3rd at 7 p.m. local time. I don't know what that means. If you saw, Maxon did a Fortnite stream the other day, and I joined not on the camera, but I was playing along Disneyland Game Rush with him and lost every single round. There was one where I was beating him the entire time to like the last 10 seconds, and he pulled ahead. I was so upset. But yeah, he knows more about Fortnite, so maybe he'll be excited, but I am not going to be purchasing something just so I can look like Baby Groot. And then Fire and Ash continues its run at the box office and had a pretty good weekend, all things considered. The movie is now up to a total of 760 million globally. That includes 64 million domestically this past weekend, which is a drop of only 28%. And while not unexpected, that is incredibly good. Most movies drop by 50 to 60% in their second weekend. So a 28% hold is quite good.
That was my follow-up question. Do you think it's because of those trailers?
What trailers?
Doomsday?
Because of the thing? No, I think traditionally, like the first Avatar movie only made 70 million in its opening weekend, and everyone's like, oh, it's dead. But then it just kept making like 70 million. So that's how it got to be the biggest movie. So no, I think these movies hold well. And also it being a weekend, people had plenty of time to go see it. But with also to that point though, I think this is just the regular weekend. That's the traditional weekend. So it doesn't even necessarily count the holiday week, where it probably also racked up a bunch of money. And in total, all three films have now grossed more than $6 billion at the box office, which is kind of wild. But in the event that Avatar 3 does not live up to the hype and loses money, James Cameron has a plan in case 4 and 5 don't happen. Exactly. The show
in
that
Papyrus also. Whoever did that.
Yeah, it's the old logo in Papyrus. Yeah. But he says that if they do get canceled, he'll at least hold a press conference to tell us all what was going to happen in 4 and 5, because, you know, we all watch the Avatar movies for the story. So it's really good that we'll get some resolution on that, because what else would we do in our lives? Any comments before I move on to this next story?
Yeah, real quick. Fred, going back to his Zootopia 2, better than Moana 2. I have home movies that are better than Moana 2. But and then Geo talking about ads, sounds like how YouTube spaces their ads randomly in awkward spots. Also true.
Yeah, if they're automatic. So
Yeah.
so behind the curtain, creators can set their own mid-roll ads and decide where to put them. But if you don't deliberately do that, or if you're a creator that isn't part of the partner program and doesn't get to actually make money off your own ads, they'll just insert them anywhere. So but if you're in that, so do you know where this is, Tony? You're familiar with I think this is in Northern California, right?
Orinda.
Okay, cool. But where is Orinda?
I want to say the North Bay area. Let me check my math on that.
You're my NorCal expert. So thank you for answering my first question, was how to say this. Orinda Theater.
Orinda, yeah. It's by Berkeley.
Orinda,
yeah,
California.
It's between Berkeley and Lafayette. So the East Bay, but northern.
Okay.
Yep.
They are holding a special restoration film series next year, including some Disney restorations. In fact, it'll kick off on Sunday, January 3rd with Cinderella. Also interesting, there's going to be a restoration of Star Wars A New Hope that is set for February 7th, which might give us a preview of what we'll see in theaters 2027 when that movie gets a re-release. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, there's also some non-Disney ones. You can check out our article or go to the Orinda Theater site. And if you're not in the Northern California area, you can make sure that you are in the Northern California area if you really want to attend one of those. But then we got news from the parks, which I think will
not
appeal
in
to more people than the
California
Orinda
area,
Theater.
here in Central Florida. We are meeting Buddy, the new target practice support bot that will be featured in Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. I had to think about which one it's actually called because there's 4 different names for this ride around the globe. But yeah, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, the OG at Magic Kingdom, is getting refitted and redone right now. And we'll include this new character who we got a sneak peek of during the Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade special. It's showing it off. Now, in my impression of the concept art, it looked like
Buddy
the arms and stuff were going to move and do things, but based on the video and the preview we saw, it is stagnant. So I'll be curious to see how that goes. But you yourselves are moving, I know that. But yeah,
so the way it works is the train moves, not the station.
Exactly. But what's fun?
If anyone gets that reference, please comment.
Okay,
you get it, right?
I got it. It's League of Their Own. I just warned it. Sorry. So now,
okay.
So if anybody wants to guess, no. But there is a fun Easter egg on the figure to the old opening day attraction at Magic. Was it opening day?
I don't know.
Either way, if you had wings, the attraction originally in this space when it was built, it did evolve over time and become basically the same idea with different names. Take Flight, Delta Dream Flight, moving on. But now it's Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and it has been for 26 years now. So
the high voice is really convincing.
Yes, 1999, I think, is when it opened. So
yeah.
But either way, we got that look at Christmas Day Parade. We'll see more, hopefully soon. But no actual date for when that ride reopens, just sometime in 2026 so far.
And speaking of seeing more, hopefully soon, some interesting developments over at Disney Springs.
Yeah, there's some Gideon's Bakehouse style art popping up in windows that are not Gideon's Bakehouse, the former Art of Shaving location at Disney Springs, more specifically the landing at Disney Springs, which to old folks like me is the former site of Pleasure Island, is getting the Art of Shaving has closed there and is getting something Gideon's related. We don't know what. We don't know if it's going to be a new concept, if they're just expanding their retail space, because I know they've been getting into more retail. Nothing's for sure. We just know that there is that Gideon's. And for all we know, it could be another Sunglass Hut and this Gideon's art is on the window. Who knows? But there is something afoot in the old Art of Shaving location, which I'm pretty sure is adjacent or relatively near Gideon's Bakehouse on the waterfront there.
That is interesting because yeah, there are times at the mall where there's a closed store and they'll put in like displays for other stores that are still
Mhm.
open.
Yep.
But I think your retail one, I think that's interesting. Or maybe just like a place where they're not actually doing the baking, but they like, wheel over cookies to sell at like a satellite location. But if it's that close, it seems kind of silly.
The Geo points out maybe a mobile order location. That'd be great. That could also be a thing. Um, and then he also points out the Christmas special was better than some lately, more parade than I've been used to seeing. That's funny. I thought there was less parade because they didn't do California's parade. Normally
Mm.
they do both. But one thing, I don't know if you saw it, Kyle, and you like music and you might have caught on to this. Nobody's playing instruments accurately. Like there's dubs and stuff, but like there's a part where you see the guy on a piano just going like that and like not playing. And yeah, anyway, it was a
Yeah.
controversy in a group chat of mine. So
I mean, next you're going to be telling me that the people on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade aren't really singing
I
live.
mean, we knew that one, especially this year because one of the performers just gave up halfway through and started climbing on the float. So
Yeah.
moving on.
I'm really disappointed in myself for not adding like sleigh bells to that theme like I did with the pickiest eaters have a whatever. But we're gonna check out the Disney Plus top 10 and wow, not starting off very Christmassy. Avatar: The Way of Water and the Taylor Swift End of an Era docu-series. Then we get some Christmas Home Alone, Home Alone 2, the original Avatar, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Fantastic Four First Steps, Bluey mini-sodes because there
I
was going
guess
to
I
be
know
a
which
Christmas
one.
episode. Yeah, the 90-second Christmas special.
Yep.
The Santa Claus answering our titular question. Santa Claus is there, followed by Freakier Friday. So, yes, a mix of holiday, but also some banner content that Disney Plus, I'm sure, is excited that people are watching.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, Dunk the Halls had some major issues during the broadcast this year. As Rebecca says in her headline, Stitch caused chaos during Dunk the Halls 2025 broadcast. But nevertheless, her final paragraph of her review is, we laughed as Goofy's feet went well over the free throw line and Stitch's lightning fast steps. But it was Minnie's giggle as she drove and scored that will linger with me. And the game itself delivered a thrilling comeback, come from behind Knicks win over the Cavaliers, 126 to 124. In just its second year, Duck the Halls has started to establish itself as a holiday tradition built on moments that linger well beyond the final buzzer. So you can hear more about her thoughts on the show, even setting aside that huge breakdown of the broadcast over on Laughing Place. And you can check out the rebroadcast, or I don't know if they edited it or not. I'm curious to find out. I guess it'd be kind of weird if just 15 minutes of the quarter were gone, but
It was, I was
you
gonna
can
say,
watch
it
it
was a
on.
while, wasn't it? It wasn't just like a
Yeah,
quick thing.
it was a while, but I didn't watch it. But yeah, you can watch
Neither
the
did I.
replay on Disney Plus.
And the rest.
It was funny because I knew that was going on, but I caught the last half hour of the parade, and then right after it ended on ABC, Disney Channel replayed it, and I missed some of that, but I had it on. And then right after that ended, Disney Junior replayed it, and that was when I caught all the parts that I missed.
That's
So
funny.
it was 6 hours of the parade for me.
Well, New Year's Eve is coming up, and there's some special items that'll be available at Walt Disney World. Starting in Hollywood Studios, there's this red velvet cake pop, which is dipped in milk chocolate and topped with sprinkles. There's also, where's my thing? This drink, the Midnight Royale, orange liqueur, cranberry juice, simple syrup, and Prosecco garnished with cranberries. There is a dark chocolate almond bark. I think it's almond. Let me double check. Where is it? Yes. Dark chocolate with almonds and dried cherries topped with sprinkles. And there's more, but I'm going to end here on this interesting drink. This is the Countdown Countdown cider, sparkling apple cider with strawberry syrup and Skittles popped from freeze-dried candies. What do you think of this one, Tony?
I like Skittles popped. They're just incredibly expensive to buy by the bag.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'd feel about it in a fizzy drink, though. I feel like that might be a little funky.
Yeah. So there's some other items that you can check out on the site, but those are some of the ones that are coming to Hollywood Studios as people celebrate one of the busiest days of the year at Walt Disney World, New Year's Eve. And then over at Disney Springs, Jeremiah spotted a World of Disney t-shirt that you can purchase if you want to remember not just your times at Walt Disney World, but specifically at the World of Disney. This was $32.99, and I don't know.
My favorite part about the trip was shopping, so I'm gonna shop for a shirt to commemorate the shopping.
Yeah, and it's not like you're like, oh well, maybe it's like a World of Disney. I appreciate the whole World of Disney. It's like they got shopping bags in their hands, and not even like well photoshopped on there. They're not holding them. They're just like, oh wow, that's a little too close. But yeah, you can see it. They just like added it. It's all very strange.
Layers are fun.
Yeah. I could Photoshop it better, honestly. Comments? Any comments? Pop Skittles come off as beach balls.
Just that Geo said Pop Skittles come off as beach balls.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Tony, your name's not on this, but your name is on the article, so I'm going to say that you get to talk about it.
I almost put your name on it just to see what you would do. That's kind of funny. No, much to our CEO chagrin, I spent a lot of time revisiting some episodes and shorts and all kinds of fun stuff that have come out from Disney Channel and Disney TV Animation over the last year, and kind of picked some of my favorites that you should check out if you have not yet. Starting with the shorts. That one is absolutely one of my favorites. How Not to Draw, and it was Dr. Lula from Stugo. I've spoken my piece about Stugo. Go watch it. It is canceled, but it's still worth checking out as it's still available. But I got 5 shorts, I believe, and an honorable mention in our shorts list. And then if we jump ahead to our episodes, there's a bit more than that, as I had to revisit 7 different series and all the episodes that came out this year. One series in full, again, Stugo. And then we caught the end of Hamster and Gretel, the end of Primos. Cochina Island is absolutely one of the greatest things that Kif has done. Phineas and Ferb got kind of a mention in there. Hamster and Gretel also kind of a mention because they took the story in different ways than they should have. Primos, a couple of standout moments in there, but Stugo obviously had the most episodes. It had 4, and I had to rein myself in from making the whole list just Stugo. So Big City Greens 100th episodes on that list as well. Like Father, another Big City Greens episode. Yeah.
And you know that, this one doesn't actually have the TOC. The other one does.
Oh, I don't think I did the headings though, so that's probably why.
Yeah, no, it's just like when Tony's gonna go on for a while, he has a TOC, but the other one does.
But yeah, and as you can see, as Kyle scrolls here, I went on for a while. So
yeah, it's definitive. Did it get picked up by DTVA News or anything like that?
I don't know. I'll look.
I hope
if
so.
it is, there's probably controversy because I left some off that I know that people are gonna be like, "What? How dare he?" So
yeah. Well, speaking of TV shows that you can stream, Stranger Things, I guess it's over now. I think they released everything, right? Luke noticed a couple of theme park mentions in the last batch of episodes, and so he highlighted those. If you want to know what those are, you can check that out on Laughing Place. And then also, you might recall in last season, there was a Figment plush that was spotted. So not the only time that theme parks and or Disney have been mentioned on that show. All right, you ready for your quiz?
Sure.
All right, Tony. On this day in 1938, an actor was born. His Disney credits include National Treasure, National Treasure 2, Pearl Harbor, and holes.
What was the year?
1938.
John Voight?
John Voight.
Okay.
You didn't even need the hint about his daughter.
Oh, nope.
On this day in 1959, a stand-up comic was born. While she's mostly known for her stand-up comedy and appearances on radio, her Disney credits include Inside Out and an episode of Hercules.
Appearances on radio.
Specifically NPR. This is a harder one.
Oh, okay. So Inside Out?
She's in Inside Out. Not a huge role in Inside Out, but she's in it. Who you're thinking?
My first thought was Sarah Vowell, but that's in Incredibles, not Inside Out.
Right.
And I don't think she's that old.
This is a stand-up comic.
Because I don't think Sarah Vowell's a stand-up either.
She's one I really like her. I've actually seen her in concert in theaters, but a couple of times.
And Inside Out has so many bit parts.
They used to play her special on Comedy Central all the time from Harvard, if that helps you at all. If you watched old Comedy Central stand-up specials back in the day.
I do. In my first,
she's got an alliterative name. Tony's like, wait.
So I went. My first thought was Paula Pell, but she's not stand-up.
You were so close.
She's not stand-up. She's a writer.
Right. But Paula.
And then I started skewing. It is Paula.
Paula something.
Paula Poundstone.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, Paula hit rock. On this day in 1972, an actor was born. His Disney credits include Skeleton Crew and Captain Marvel. He is also the source of a joke at the Oscars to which Sean Penn said the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Sean Penn.
So vaguely specific too.
Vaguely specific, yeah.
That's the thing. What were the Skeleton Crew? Oh, so Jude Law.
Yeah. Chris Rock made a joke about Jude Law being in 6 movies that year, which he was. Mm-hmm. And then Sean Penn felt the need to defend him and say, Jude Law is one of our finest actors. Like, no humor having Chris or Sean Penn. Anyway, this one I'm not going to make you guess. On this day in 1974, the Beatles officially dissolved as John Lennon allegedly signed the paperwork while at the Polynesian Village Resort at Walt Disney World with May Pang, who is not Yoko Ono, and that's a whole story into itself. But yeah, interesting history. The Beatles broke up on this day officially. They broke up 4 years earlier, but they dissolved in this day in 1974. 1979, an actor was born. Andor and Rogue One.
Oh, Diego
Luna, yes. And finally, on this day in 1995, a Hollywood Pictures film was released. Stars Richard Dreyfuss and taught me how to say a naughty phrase in sign language.
Mr. Holland's Opus?
Yes. I have very weird suggestions for these ones. But yeah, you made
it. Because of that movie, whenever somebody doesn't react to sirens or something like that, I immediately go, oh, they're fine. Okay. Like I do a double take. He muted himself.
I muted myself because I played the button.
Yeah, but it didn't start on my screen. The video did not start. So
okay. Sorcerer's Streak continues. Some recent ones. The wait time for Space Mountain at Disneyland be 60 minutes or more. It got up to 90. So hopefully you said yes for that one. Yesterday's question was about whether we'll have fireworks anywhere in our featured image between midnight and 5 p.m. today. Let's take a look at the newsfeed so far. That is not a firework. That this one could have. That got close. No. No, there's a fire. But
there's an explosion.
Yeah, this is post-explosion. So yeah, no fireworks yet, but that does not mean that there won't be. You never know how these things sneak in. Maybe they'll announce something that'll make it in. But back to Sorcerer's Shriek for today. Question is, it's going to be busy tomorrow, which you can imagine. Will the wait time for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot, which should be capitalized, be 120 minutes or more at any time Tuesday by 9 p.m. Eastern? Tony, what do you think?
Probably more, but yes.
So yeah, the answer would be yes then. If you think it's 120 or more, then yes. So you can go ahead and answer that question. Check the leaderboard, even though we know the answer. Jeremy Parker still on a roll, 13, pulling way ahead of second place, Nikki B. Bill Gausel in 9th now. Better than when he literally missed every question earlier in the season. That was pretty funny. So yeah, laughingplace.com/streak.
That's why Gio pointed out he's slowly clawing his way back again.
And that's the beauty of, well, I don't know when the season's going to end, but the beauty of Sorcerer's Streak is that, yeah, if you're on a current streak, you can catch up. So play wisely, make good choices. That's it, Tony.
Wisely, AT&T.
Let me see if there's any news breaking. I don't know if there's any other comments you can catch up on while I check to see if there's any breaking news.
Earlier, Fred mentioned he forgot to record this on Disney Channel, but lucky to record this on VHS through Disney Plus. I'm assuming he meant the Christmas parade. Also, I just like the idea of someone recording Disney Plus on VHS. That's just funny.
Yeah, it's like a Rube Goldberg way to watch television. But I think you can watch it on YouTube, so maybe you could stream it on YouTube and save it to VHS somehow and get that good tracking when you watch it
for sure.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any breaking news. So
my apologies. He was referring to Dunk the Halls.
Oh, okay. Even better. So that's not on Disney. That is still on Disney Plus. You can watch the replay, but it's not on YouTube. I believe the Christmas parade special is.
I think it is, yeah.
YouTube. Anything else you want to say before we go, Tony?
If I don't see you before Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Well, thanks, everybody. We will see you real soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.